Doma Sports Talk, worldwide, with some news from the world of boxing. So y'all know what time it is. You ain't in a rush to get concussed. Now, the NBA playoffs still going on, so, boxing is taking a little bit of a back seat. Now we got the finals about to come up, so it's going to go down a couple of more weeks, and then we can focus a little bit more on boxing. The heavyweight division, we're not getting the fights we want anyway, right? When our main three heavyweights, we know that they won't fight, and we still watching them fight other people. We just seen Deontay Wilder flatline your boy, Dominic Brazil. Next week, Joshua's gonna fight Andy Ruiz, right? And then it gets worse after that. Tyson Fury gonna fight Tom Swartz. So we a little bit anticipating Joshua versus Ruiz because Ruiz is definitely a decent heavyweight. You pretty much think Joshua's gonna win, but Ruiz might make a good account of himself. I'm pretty sure that's pretty much the consensus there, right? And you can also know, well, Joshua, although he's been winning, he's gotten touched. Your boy Povetkin touched him, so Ruiz can probably touch him and make it interesting. So let's see what's happening. But here's one thing that's gonna happen at the Anthony Joshua versus Andy Ruiz fight. Deontay Wilder ain't coming, right? Deontay Wilder ain't coming. Got other things to do. All right. So the promoter of Anthony Joshua, Eddie Hearn, comes in talking again. That's why we didn't get the fights before, but talking again. Well, I know why he's not coming. He's not coming because he knows he's not fighting Anthony Joshua next. All right? He could possibly be right about this. He could possibly be right about he's about fighting Joshua next, so why go to the fight, right? He's about to fight Luis the Real King Kong Ortiz. This is what people are saying, right? I don't want to see that fight. I think that's embarrassing for the rest of the heavyweights if they let Deontay Wilder fight Luis the Real King Kong Ortiz before they do. Dylan White talking to you. Anthony Joshua talking to you. Tyson Fury talking to you. Joseph Parker, you too. Anybody who thinks they're in the upper echelon should be forbid their promoters to let Deontay Wilder have a rematch with Luis Ortiz, and he's still out there. That's embarrassing. But you know something? It fits into the heavyweight division. Everybody knows who Luis the Real King Kong Ortiz. And some Anthony Joshua fans are going to be like, well, we offered him $5 million. We offered him $7 million. He asked for 10. He should have asked for 10 for that fight. Right? Because you had a contract for a lot less in your pocket, right? But you went and tried to fight Dillian White, and he didn't accept, right? Lowballed him, and then your other boy, Jarrell Miller, dope for everything, dope on the market. So at that point, yes, I'm worth a little. Give me something. Yeah, he should have asked for that. And then when you heard his promoter say, well, we felt sorry about that, you could have went back and got him anyway and had a major fight. But no. We don't have to. That not having to is going to get you in trouble. We should be fighting. The next week should be your boy Anthony Joshua versus Luis Ortiz, no matter what it cost. That should have been the fight. We would have had a huge fight, and I told you that would have been the second biggest fight of the year behind Jacobs and your boy Canelo. But no. We not Ruiz was in there, and that's okay. But Luis the Real King Kong Ortiz is the one going to fight Deontay Wilder. And I think that's shown Deontay Wilder's courage and his belief in himself. And I don't like him to be alone with courage and belief in himself. And other ones are always talking and for some reason not having a fight with Ortiz. Right? That's my opinion. That's from watching. Now, he's not coming to the Anthony Joshua fight, maybe because it's not happening. And let's make sure this is clear. Eddie Hearn is hoping that he's talking to people that don't know any history of negotiation between Deontay Wilder and Anthony Joshua. Anybody who knows that knows he was trying to come to the Joseph Parker fight. Anthony Joshua himself said, no, I don't want him to come. Right? And you know what Anthony Joshua was saying? Well, if the fight's not going to happen, if it's not signed, then there's no reason to hype the fight. Do we all remember that? Right? So that's the point right now. Watch, I'm coming to do anything, and then, you probably don't want me to get in the ring anyway. So Anthony Joshua could come now and say, well, come get in the ring. I want you next. All they have to say is, we're about to pay you. Or we ain't going to pay you. Everything's going straight down the line. Let's have the fight next. Right? And say it publicly in front of everybody that that's what's going on. Then the fight will probably happen. But I'm going to tell you, Deontay Wilder is not having any more shenanigans. And that's not starting now. That's been starting about 4 or 5 months ago. He's done. You're going to have to do something to get him. He's just going on his own route, and he's not worrying about the Anthony Joshua thing. Fight will happen sooner or later. People are asking him about it. And I know it irks him when people ask him about it, like he didn't try hard to fight Anthony Joshua. It seems as though Anthony Joshua is ready. But let's see how that is after the Ruiz fight. Everybody that has a fight lined up is already always talking about the person that they should be fighting, because to sell the fight that they're going to do. Now, let's see if he's so animated after fighting Ruiz, right? After fighting Ruiz. Deontay, I want you next 50-50. We ain't going to have no problem with no money. Him and Eddie Hearn saying stuff like that. When that happens, that's when the joking is over. But until then, they just know that we say anything and our fans are going to believe it and be all on the internet talking about reasons to not have the fight. Fight should have been happened, guys. We should be on a trilogy by now, right? We all know that. But when you don't really want to see that fight, right, then it won't happen because you keep talking. And let's make something that's clear. Even my lady was like this. She is basically, Deontay's 41 and 0, right, with 40 knockouts. And the dude who survived was not pretty much out himself, right? It's not a coincidence that this guy is having a problem fighting the top guys, right? If his record was, 23-2, 13 KOs, fight would have happened a long time ago. Okay, let's just get, and that's what people that are casual fans look at his record and understand. That's why he's not getting fights. Who wants to do that? All of a sudden you hear about Dominic. I've heard people talking about Dominic Brazil not moving his head. He never did. I went back to watch Dominic Brazil versus Anthony Joshua, and Joshua was looking just spry, handling his business, having fun in there with Dominic Brazil, right? Because he doesn't move his head. But the other guys who can't knock Brazil out, he's going to come back. He's not coming in there with all this. He's going to put his hands up, take some punches, and give some. That's what Dominic Brazil does. Isu tried it. Amir Mansour, all those guys got wore down because they tried to hit him, knock him out, hit him with everything they got, didn't knock him out, and he's bringing something back. He was trying to do the same thing with Deontay Wilder and Anthony Joshua. But these guys are different monsters. That's all that is. So what do you expect? Dominic Brazil to all of a sudden come in there talking about, got his earmuff up. That ain't what he do. I'm walking you down, plotting. I'm huge. I can take a punch, but can you? That's what he's doing. And when he woke up, he found out, that didn't work against Deontay Wilder. Simple. Against Anthony Joshua, Anthony Joshua was a highlight reel versus him. Joshua was looking good against Dominic Brazil. These guys that's why they're the champs. Right? That's why they're the champs. So, long story short, your boy Deontay Wilder ain't going to the fight because he probably feel like it ain't happening. Now, to make it happen, you guys holler at him like you should. And here's another tip. Shut up in the media. Just talk to Shelly Finkel. If you notice, he doesn't talk much. Talk to Finkel, get the fight done, and announce the fight. Don't announce anything. Guys, if you're hearing them talking, especially Eddie Hearn, out there talking, the fight is not going to happen. That's what irks Deontay Wilder's side, and you guys understand why. Doma Sports Talk. Worldwide. And I'm up out of here, y'all.